Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In this video lecture, we will be discussing another important condition of the dogs, which is called pyometra. Pyometra is a condition which is defined as the, the condition in which there is an abnormal production of pus or purulent material, or when the purulent material that get accumulated within the uterus. So that condition is called pyometra. Usually this condition is developed in small animals, particularly in female dogs, when the patient that is in diestress period. So during the diestress period, the level of the progesterone that is elevated, and this level of the progesterone that is important in causing this condition. So the increased level of the progesterone, it acts on the endometrial glands, resulting into cyst formation of these glands. And similarly, the increased level of the progesterone, it decreases the uh, myocontraction activity of the uterus, and ultimately the uterus that is more stagnant, and it is not able to properly evacuate the material content or secretion which are lying within the uterus. So that's why opportunistic bacteria, especially the Escherichia coli, that get the chance and result into development of the uh, pyometra or pus within the uterus. So it is a very important and life-threatening condition in dog, and if it is not early detected and if it is not early treated, so sometimes there is a huge risk to the life of the animal. So pyometra, that is also termed as or referred as cystic endometrial hyperplasia pyometra complex. It is because of the cyst formation of the endometrial glands, and that cyst formation is because of the action of the, or because of the high level of the progesterone that is acting on the endometrium or endometrial glands, resulting into the active secretion of active functioning of these glands, and ultimately these glands, they can sometimes change into cyst. So there are other terminologies which can be used, like hydrometra, when the uterus that is containing the watery secretion; mucometra, when mucoid secretion that is present in the uterus; hematometra, when the blood secretion or bloody secretion they are present in the uterus; and the stump pyometra, that is the condition in which you can see or observe the pyometra or accumulation of the purulent material which are present in the vestige of the uterus that remain after ovariohysterectomy. So as we have discussed earlier, that this pyometra is a potentially life-threatening condition, and that condition is associated with the cyst formation of the endometrial hyperplasia. So this endometrial hyperplasia, it is uh, because of the action of the progesterone that is acting on the endometrial glands and changing them into a cyst. So this condition is common in diestress, when the level of the progesterone that is higher. So mostly this condition remain undiagnosed, or its diagnosis is quite delayed, and sometimes it can ultimately create a potentially life-threatening conditions in animals. So in dogs, the diestress period, usually it lasts for 70 days, and the uterus influenced by the progesterone, it is because of the active presence of corpus luteum in the ovaries. So progesterone, it stimulates the growth and secretory activity of the endometrial glands and reduce the myometrial activity. So causing two ways danger for the development of the pyometra. That one is it decreases the evacuation of the secretion within the uterus, and second, it actively uh, uh, stimulate the active production of the secretion from the endometrial gland. So there is a high level of the endometrial secretion and there is a low chances or decreased chances of their evacuation. So these secretions they get accumulated, and when these secretions they get infected with the opportunistic bacteria, so ultimately the pyometra that develop. So this condition can also be worsened by the estrogen. Sometimes people they use estrogen and just to reduce the anestrus or during the diestrus. So this estrogen it also activate the receptors in the receptors present in the endometrial glands for the action of the progesterone. So the action of the progesterone it become more activated when this action is primed with the level of the estrogen. So this condition in cats, this condition is less frequent because of the uh, induced ovulation. So ovulation always requires some induction. Other induction is the natural induction with the copulation with the male counterpart, or it is the artificial induction by using certain artificial tools. So that's why the when there is no ovulation, uh, so the chances of the development of the corpus luteum they are reduced, and there is a less production of the progesterone. So in cats or in felines, the chances of the development of pyometra associated with progesterone that is less common as compared to female dogs. So Escherichia coli is the most common organism that has been identified and has been isolated from the purulent material of the canine and feline pyometra. So this pyometra can further be divided into two types: the open pyometra and the closed pyometra. In case the open pyometra, when the cervix that is opened and it is facilitating the passage of the uterine purulent material to get evacuated and pass through the cervix into the vagina. So that condition is called open pyometra. So this is less life-threatening condition as compared to closed pyometra. In case of closed pyometra, the contents purulent material that remain in the uterus and it go on and get accumulated within the uterus, and it is not able to pass out. So that's why this condition is very much life threatening because of the animal get dehydrated and toxic. There is a development of septicemia and endotoxemia. So the animal sometime it develops these life-threatening situations if it is not early detected and it is not treated. So there are certain other concurrent abnormalities which are also associated with pyometra. So those animals which are suffering from pyometra, they may also develop hypoglycemia, they may also develop renal and hepatic dysfunctions, anemia and cardiac abnormalities. So hypoglycemia, it is the most common concurrent abnormalities which has been observed along with sepsis and also associated with systemic inflammatory response syndrome that can be because of the production and release of the inflammatory materials or mediators within the systemic effects. Anemia is also associated the concurrent abnormalities with the pyometra, and it may be due to chronic inflammation, suppressing the erythropoiesis, loss of red blood cells in the uterine lumen, hemodilation, and surgical blood loss. Clinically, the case of this pyometra it is present almost in all breeds of the dogs, but there are certain breeds which are more specifically uh, sensitive or vulnerable for the development of the pyometra, like Rottweilers, Golden Retrievers, Collies, Bernards, like certain other miniature breeds, like. And similarly, this pyometra is most commonly occurs in the older animals up to the age of 14 years and in intact bitches and queens. This condition has also been reported in the younger animal, but those animals that has been given the exogenous source of the estrogen, they may have been resulted with the pyometra. So the animal presented with the pyometra that will usually occurs or will have the history of occurrence of this disease several weeks. Pyometra usually occurs several weeks in cats 1 to 4 and in dogs 4 to 8 after the estrus or following the mismatching injections or exogenous administration of the estrogen or progesterone. So there will be purulent or bloody discharge from the vagina. This animal will be presented with the abdominal distension, fever, partial to complete anorexia, lethargy, polyuria, polydipsia, vomiting, diarrhea, and gradual weight loss. So animal with closed pyometra is more commonly having vomiting and diarrhea, and usually it is having a very ill conditions. So physical examination in case of open pyometra, there will be a purulent blood tinged vaginal discharge that is being evidence, and it is in case of open type of the pyometra, and in case of closed, the uterine enlargement can be observed on abdominal palpation. The animal may be having dehydration, endotoxemia, and sometime in more worsening condition, the shock and hypothermic and moribund patients. Diagnostic imaging is a very valuable source for a clinician to rule out the presence or absence of the pyometra. So both radiography and ultrasonography can help to diagnose the uh, current condition of the pyometra. So pyometra can be diagnosed by taking the radiograph, and after during 40 to 41 days, you can see the distended uterine horn, and mostly they are present in the ventrocaudal positions, and usually pushing the small intestine and intestine region toward the cranial side. So just to rule out the make a differential diagnosis with the pregnancy. So radiography can help the clinician after 44 5 days of the pregnancy, where the development of the fetal calcification that develops. So after 45 days, if there is a no fetal calcification, and the radiographic pictures they're totally without any sort of calcification or fetal calcification, so that may be the case of the pyometra. Similarly, ultrasonography that can also help just to rule out the presence or absence of the pyometra. So in open pyometra, sometimes the radiography that could not helps properly to the clinician, but closed pyometra, when there is a huge distension of the uterus, so it can be easily detected by the radiographic tools. So this picture that is also showing the lateral abdominal radiograph of a dog with pyometra, and you can see the uterus that is lying caudoventral to the abdominal region, and it is displacing the viscera towards the cranium. Similarly, ultrasonography pictures that is showing the pyometra, and you can see the enlarged fluid filled uterus showed with the arrows, and which is also convoluted. The fluid within the lumen of the uterus that is ecogenic. So laboratory findings like neutrophilia, the level of the white blood cells, uh, increased level of the white blood cells, that can also helpful for the clinician just to see the presence of any endotoxemia or toxemia that has been due to the pyometra. So this condition can medically be treated by using the hormones like prostaglandin. That is a very effective tool for the causing the lysis of the source of progesterone. But the use of prostaglandin that is not recommended when the patient that is critically ill. So it is not sometimes fruitful and even it can further aggravate the condition. So there are certain protocols in which we can use the combination of the antibiotics along with the prostaglandin. So the antibiotics they are used for a period of 2 to 3 weeks along with the PGF2 alpha. Sometime in another combination, aglipristone or anti-progesterone that is also used with the cloprostenol, which is the synthetic prostaglandin. That is a very good formula for reducing or blocking the source of progesterone and even neutralizing the already available progesterone in the body. So combination therapy of the aglipristone and cloprostenol over 15 days has been reported a very safe and effective without any side effects. And similarly, uh, another uh, cabergoline, this is the dopamine agonist, so that is also used along with the cloprostenol, and that has also been found safe and effective for the treatment of the pyromania. So as far as the surgical treatment or management is concerned, the patient that is having closed pyometra, usually it is recommended for ovariostectomy. That is the only possible solution just to remove the ovaries, which is the source of the progesterone, and also along with the uterine horn and the uterus surgically, so that the patient that would not be able to develop the pyometra again and again. So this is all about this important condition. Thank you very much for your patience.